So let's talk a little bit about the feedback process of this expansion, of this alpha.
It's happening.
It's happening, yeah, and it's happening in more of a way than I think previous, right?
Yeah.
Because previously it felt like Blizzard, they were so busy implementing the systems, implementing the soulbinds, doing all that shite, that there was no chance to just sit there and iterate in classes. We're seeing it now. We do have some priest feedback to talk about, but also Hunter. There's been quite a significant number of changes and tweaks to Hunter, which has been really good. And I guess that's the thing. So, think about, you have, for your spec, class, whatever, you have 4 different covenants. Each covenant has, its own covenant ability. And 3 soulbind trees. And all the conduits that go into the soulbind trees. Holy shit. So, here, yeah, they've got to remake towns. But it's kind of like less moving parts and less things that impact other things, because everyone, like say Pelagos, so many people are using Pelagos, whereas this is just make the spec tree good, done. Make the class tree good, done, and that's that, right? So I get the feeling that because they're not doing all of that sort of bing bing wahoo systems-y bullshit, that they're actually, getting time to iterate. It seems like that, and they've certainly said that's the case. So what they've said here is they want to take a moment and cast power at updating everybody that they're gathering feedback and deliberately taking some time in order to make sure their next steps are hitting the right notes with Priest, and that they address a whole bunch of the feedback. Again, that's just like really quite nice to see. And as somebody who's mained a Hunter for a long time, to be honest, I've never enjoyed it. I've just not especially enjoyed Hunter at all, to be honest, since the BFA marksmanship rework. But even with that, we see them iterating and iterating and iterating. And that's really good. So even though right now there are a few issues with Paladin, I think people consider generally quite a few more issues with Mage, at least this time we have the evidence that they are working on this, right?
Yeah, it's like it's visible, and it's, I guess the thing is, because they could always be doing this in-house, always iterating, but then we don't get to see the work that's being done, right? We don't get to see the work that they haven't decided to finalize. But in this case, they're being a little bit quicker about it and going, oh, here it is, it's here. Here's this try, what do you think? Whereas it seems like before they would deliberate a load of stuff and nothing get done. Because that's the only reason I can think that, like, how do I put this? It's like, the way you have something like a shaman, Enhancement Shaman just died for like just multiple expansions in a row.
Yep.
Same with like certain like sub-rogue after 8.0, where they're just like, yeah, sorry, we're going to turn you off as a spec, and maybe we'll bring you back at some point, maybe. It's like, I feel like that, you look at that and you go, well, you're clearly just not doing anything. But they're probably having loads of conversations internally about what to do about it, and like probably trying stuff out numerically, and it's not working. So like Alpha's a perfect time to show, listen, we actually do iterate, and this time they're actually involving the community instead of going, here's what we think is good, and just leaving it to kind of rot. So it's very, very, very good. Very good.
Yeah, it's like there's only so many attention from a small number of people, and the thing about class design is it's one of those things, it's a design. It's not like, oh, we have to make this many art assets, so we will scale up a team to be this size, and we can just do them all in parallel. I feel like with class design, it's one of those things, a bit like with some programming tasks, is like throwing more programmers at the problem is not really going to make it faster. Yeah. And I think with a lot of the class design stuff, it's kind of like that. But surely a lot of those systems and sort of, exogenous power things, they would have taken up the same effort. And also, perhaps even more importantly, the same attention space this stuff takes up. So, yeah, I'm feeling good about it, but obviously I can make no guarantees as to the final quality of any of this stuff. Just to say it's nice that they're actually putting effort into the foundations. It's a new week. That means there was a new phase of alpha testing. Had the Waking Shores, the Ruby Life Pools, which I haven't done, but you have done. The Dragon Riding Talent Tree, which didn't work for me. I think because I was using a character from the past build, maybe.
I haven't seen it either.
But also, Mage, Prot, and Rat Paladin are in for talents, as well as jewel crafting and leatherworking.